It's the spotlight of love, so gentle, so undemanding. I bet you didn't even know what you sow comes back out.
Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir.
The brain, weighing in at approximately 3 pounds. The brain has the type of cells that by electrical current receives and sends messages from the body to the brain and back to the body. These active cells are called neurons. How many neurons are there in your brain? Approximately 100 billion. Question: what's easier to remember, 100 numbers or 10 numbers? If you said 10, well, here's your 10 numbers. 51, 14, 76, 93, 8, 29, 86, 7, 27, 106. Now, repeat those back without looking. Exactly. Now, let's try 100 numbers with order. Many things in order is better than a few things in confusion. Now, let's all look at the order we rely upon daily in many things to survive. Let's start with first of all, because first of all didn't start the day you were born. It actually started before then. Some 300 million sperm travels to the female uterus. During ovulation, her egg is released and arrives at her fallopian tube at the ampular isthmic junction. Tiny instruments in the fallopian tube called cilia pushes the egg towards the uterus while the remaining sperm is pushed towards the egg. That sperm binds on the egg's layer called the zona pellucida surface. The first sperm to fuse with the egg's plasma membrane will be the one to fertilize the egg. The nucleus of that sperm then enters the egg nucleus to combine 23 pairs of chromosomes, your amazing DNA, the sun of our solar system. At 27 million degrees Fahrenheit at the core, 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit at the surface. Set in order at the perfect distance of some 93 million miles away. For the perfect order of comfortable temperature and safety for man. You and your we learned back in school that the outer part of all of our ears were architected to pick up on sound waves. Sound waves which then travel to the ear canal. Then to the eardrum, making the eardrum vibrate. Such vibration extends more vibration in 3 tiny bones called the malleus, incus, and stapes. These 3 tiny bones causes sound vibration and volume to increase, leading that sound to a coiled snail-shaped organ called the cochlea. We are relying upon billions of things to not function for us by chance, but to function by an orderly plan as it was made to function and supposed to do for our well-being. Yes, the universe, Earth, the sea, kidney, liver, heart, lungs, digestive system, white blood cells, red blood cells, nervous system, reproductive system, cardiovascular system, lymphatic system, urinary system,
arteries,
the endocrine system,
hormones,
molecules, atoms, and the entire functioning of your entire body and much more.
We were fearfully and wonderfully made.
He put order in your life, but are you staying in order to live? For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth. All things were created by him and for him. The brain, weighing in at approximately 3 pounds. The brain has the type of cells that by electrical current receives and sends messages from the body to the brain and back to the body. These active cells are called neurons. How many neurons are there in your brain? Approximately 100 billion. Now, your amazing, approximately 3-pound brain can handle this next simple question. What is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 times 12 minus 44? We all got it, the same answer, because that was simple, was it not? So should our conclusions be for the remaining of this video. Question: what's easier to remember, 100 numbers or 10 numbers? If you said 10, well, here's your 10 numbers. 51, 14, 76, 93, 8, 29, 86, 7, 27, 106. Now, repeat those back without looking. Exactly. Now, let's try 100 numbers with order. Many things in order is better than a few things in confusion. Now, let's all look at the order we rely upon daily in many things to survive. First of all, let's start with first of all. Because first of all didn't start the day you were born. It actually started before then. Some 300 million sperm travels to the female uterus. During ovulation, her egg is released and arrives at her fallopian tube at the ampular isthmic junction. Tiny instruments in the fallopian tube called cilia pushes the egg towards the uterus while the remaining sperm is pushed towards the egg. That sperm binds on the egg's layer called the zona pellucida surface. The first sperm to fuse with the egg's plasma membrane will be the one to fertilize the egg. The nucleus of that sperm then enters the egg nucleus to combine 23 pairs of chromosomes, your amazing DNA. Actually, you rely upon order for yourself and for your family more than you think, from someone, from somewhere. And we're all familiar with this next one that needs order.
Order in the court.
We live, survive, and rely upon the perfect order of a dominating universe, galaxies unknown, the sun of our solar system. At 27 million degrees Fahrenheit at the core, 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit at the surface. Set in order at the perfect distance of some 93 million miles away. For the perfect order of comfortable temperature and safety for man. You and your family. I know people as well as myself who have burnt up food and burnt up clothes, not setting the right temperature and monitoring the same. Question: who set and monitors the sun, the stars, the billions of stars and innumerable galaxies that are set in order for our survival, but beyond our control? And while humanity often rebel against the voice of order in their own lives, they still rely upon order in many other things and the monitoring of the same for their own safety and well-being. Every second. a ride of adventure humanity often seeks. The unknown. The hope of such a ride being harmless and our expectation of remaining safe is solely based upon the architect, the design, the equation. The equation implemented by the author and finisher of the same ride, journey, or race we want to be in. We rely upon such a perfect order and trust that it has been implemented before we get on. The more calm and at peace we become, the more we trust that that order is intact. For the ride.
Passengers, let's get ready for takeoff. 3, 2, 1, go! 3, 2, 1!
3, 2, 1.
Yours truly, me. It was my job once on a movie, literally, to sit still as a robot and go for a roller coaster ride. I sat in the very front car of the roller coaster and a camera was mounted, pointing tight at my face. Playing a robot as a stunt double, I could not blink, show emotion, fear, for the whole entire ride. While everybody else on the ride as actors were told to be normal in their emotions. My job was to go through the entire ride perfectly still and calm. How did I do it? For me, it was mind over matter. As for the roller coaster ride, it was constant assurance and faith that the builders and the architectural work was followed with safety and order. And oh yeah, I must add, because I did not want to do it twice, I wanted to professionally get it right perfectly the first time. So, with law, order, and safety being a priority fulfilled, it was a fun, safe adventure to maybe repeat again. On the other hand, an intended adventure or journey of safety is tragically compromised when law and order is mistakenly left out, or worse, intentionally left out.
I'd like to be remembered as an innovator. I think it was General MacArthur said, "You're remembered for the rules you break." And, I've broken some rules to make this. I think I've broken them with logic and good engineering behind me. The carbon fiber and titanium, there's a rule you don't do that. Well, I did.
Question. Did you know there are many people, starting with your family and generations to come, relying on you to observe and live within order and laws of all things in the ride of life? Are you living safely according to order, especially those of this universe, and ultimately all those laws and order of He who created us, you, this universe, and all things? Well, let's get deeper into the simple equation and see if we come up with and have the same simple answer. Question. Are you still listening? Or are you playing the drums? Or both? Because in order to hear me right now, you are relying on the perfect order of many things functioning together in your ears. Functioning in order, functioning correctly, as intended. Remember, we learned back in school that the outer part of all of our ears were architected to pick up on sound waves. Sound waves which then travel to the ear canal, then to the eardrum, making the eardrum vibrate. Such vibration extends more vibration in three tiny bones called the malleus, incus, and stapes. These three tiny bones causes sound vibration and volume to increase, leading that sound to a coiled snail-shaped organ called the cochlea. The hair cells at the base of the cochlea detect higher pitched sounds. Our hair cells near the top of the cochlea detect the lower pitched sounds that we hear. Hair cells at the very top or apex of the cochlea detect the lower pitched sounds such as a tuba or deep voice. Together in both ears, there are approximately 31,000 hair cells registering to billions of neurons and to your brain that you might enjoy sound happening full speed right now as you listen to me.
Question. Do you think that all these things and so much more with order or by chance or a lucky roll of the dice? Or more logically and reasonably were the perfect design of someone somewhere? Designed in consideration, protection, and love for you. Man takes this necessary order and all good things provided for granted. Yet we rely detrimentally for all these things to be in order daily for us and our family to live.
Isn't it amazing that every day, every second, every split second, we are relying upon billions of things to not function for us by chance, but to function by an orderly plan as it was made to function and supposed to do for our well-being. Yes, the universe, earth, the sea, kidney, liver, heart, lungs, digestive system, white blood cells, red blood cells, nervous system, reproductive system, cardiovascular system, lymphatic system, urinary system,
arteries,
the endocrine system,
hormones,
molecules, atoms, and the entire functioning of your entire body and much more.
We were fearfully and wonderfully made.
Question. Do you still think that this is all by chance? Question. If you were scheduled to have dental work, would you pick anybody randomly off the street to do the work and leave the desired success up to chance, the roll of the dice? No, you would pick someone you were confident to get it right, someone following order, skills, a system of what is right and should be. If you were on an airplane and in an emergency, if someone were to yell, "Is there anyone on the plane that can fly this plane?" Would you take the wheel, or would you prefer someone who is skilled, a pilot, trained, someone who understands the equation, the system, the order of things equivalent to a successful flight and landing to keep everyone, including yourself, safe? In other words, you want things to turn out right, don't you? Even an Uber driver is required to show a background of having a clean driving record, showing that they have paid attention to laws, order, a system of safety, the way things should be with a sober mind, following a GPS that is governed by satellites in space, all orchestrated to get you to your destination safely. Or would you rather go by chance and choose a driver who aimlessly is going by no rules, no laws, no system, no order, just a roll of the dice? We rely upon order, not chance. Do you like pets? A dog? A cat, perhaps? Did you know there would be no dogs, pets, cats for you to enjoy today had not even they, as animals in their nature, not gone out and did something right in nature, in order, male and female? Had this order in their minds been neglected and not perpetuated through the centuries before you, you today would not have that pet to enjoy. We rely upon order. Even your pet, your dog, a camel would agree to this. Even if you do not claim to believe in God, isn't it thought-provoking that it is said in Genesis 6:19, "And of every living thing of all flesh, 2 of every sort thou shalt bring into the ark, to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female." Genesis 7:9. There went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. Thank God that Noah obeyed God. Even an animal, pets, had to obey the architect, God, in order for you to even have or see an animal or pet today. In other words, even animals are not by chance. If sun, moon, universe, animals, the birds, has an amazing order governing them for your and my well-being, then you, being more important to God and created far better than all other things, were made with a way of order designed for you. But even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burnt in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly. Even with your baby children, do you allow them to follow their feelings of hitting you, cursing you, stealing from you, lying to you, wandering off with strangers just because that's the way they feel or choose, not knowing? No, we rely upon order, not chance and feeling. As it is written, Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You rely upon order and the way things should be. You rely upon the earth revolving around the sun as it should in order. You rely upon the sun and the stars to function in order and stay at a safe distance as it should. Though you created nothing, you rely upon the facts of science to remain consistent and in order to give you a safe flight. You rely upon your liver, your kidneys, your brain, your respiratory system, even a male and female's reproductive organs and system internally and externally. All of mankind is relying upon it to work in order and as it should in order. In other words, mankind desires everything around his soul to supply him with order for his convenience. But what is his responsibility and purpose of order for himself? Order does not leave things up to what we prefer, no more than you leave it up to your child who may prefer to hit you, disrespect you, or follow a way that is not of order or right. Question: if a tiny molecule or atom exists with order to operate in a way that it should, wouldn't you agree that even in sexuality, it is not based upon a preference of our feelings or our choice? It was existent and created with all things with an intended order and an intended system of righteousness in a way that we should go and live. Proverbs 14:12 says, "There is a way that seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." Though we were created with the power of choice, God's love for you wanted you to choose what is right, to choose the ways of order. After all, you rely upon so many other things, people, elements, animals, to do all things right and operate within order for you. Question: who's relying upon you to walk and to live within order? Think about this. Your mother and your father, male and female, had to accept the reality of the natural order of reproduction in order for you to be here. If a woman chooses a woman and a man chooses a man, then think, how did that woman that you choose get here? How did that man that you choose get here? Somebody had to do something right according to order and the way laws work and what it should be. In other words, somebody had to do something right before you in order for you to exist safely and wrongfully choose that which is wrong. So, the next time you look at your cat or dog in the eye, thank them, and generations before them possibly, for doing the right things in order to exist. However, can they look you in the eye and say the same? For by him were all things created, that are in heaven and that are in earth. All things were created by him and for him.